What is 3 plus 2?
4.
No.
6.
No. What is 2 plus 2?
Hold up, I got this. 2 plus 2, the answer is 11.
No.
What is it?
I'll give you that. Here, I'll got you some cheese. And I want some Oreo. Everybody's going
No, I don't like cheese. I can have my Oreo. I've only got 48. No, I'm not trading. No way.
You know we have to share at school.
Oh, God.
Rick, that is not how we share. I think you're going to need a timeout.
Not again.
Mr. Rick, you can do tomorrow.
Really, tomorrow will be a better day? You promise? I won't be in timeout all the time? Oh, good. All right. You make me happy. I need to get my cookies. Where's my cookies?
Welcome back to Prep Rally, the hottest show on the internet. I'm Chip Souza, joined by Rick Fireswood. We're at the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, and we're here to bring you prep football coverage wall to wall, end zone to end zone every week. Rick and I will bring you the knowledge. Rick brings you the beautiful face. So we give you.
I did get a haircut.
Absolutely. We are the total package. We're the dual threat, and we're here to bring it to you. So Rick, first week of the football season is finally here.
So it is not week 1 like college pro. This is 0 week. 0 week. I'm trying to do 0, not love you. The young people do the love Taylor Swift thing. It's 0. What is 0 week?
Taylor Swift.
Well, I don't know.
kidding
That's
me?
the only thing I could think of that does the love stuff.
Okay.
But this is 0. It's 0 week. And can you tell the people briefly what is 0 week?
Rick,
why
this
do
is
we have
only a
that?
short time show. I don't know if I can explain it all. 0 week means that now teams get one open week between week 0 and week 4, somewhere in the non-conference schedule. So somewhere in there they get an open week, and then the conference play starts, and they play 7 weeks in a row, 8 weeks in a row, whatever that is for conference play. So basically, the thing with it, Rick, is it helps with scheduling. This helps the schools, helps with scheduling because the larger schools here in Northwest Arkansas and across the state have a hard time getting games in, getting non-conference games in because there are so few large schools. North Little Rock is not going to play Decatur, in a non-conference game. So you have to find those opponents. And so what 0 week did is it gave them that extra week. They can look outside of this state. And in fact, that's what we're going to see this week in 0 week. On Saturday, you're going to see Bentonville hosting Midwest City, Oklahoma on Saturday. And North Little Rock's going to drive up here, and they're going to play Tulsa, Booker T. Washington on Saturday.
Doubleheader.
Yes, a doubleheader. So that's 0 week is really good if you're a football fan, high school football fan, because you can see some really good marquee matchups that way that otherwise you might not be able to see. If they only had 3 weeks to play those non-conference games, Booker T. might not get to come over here and play a North Little Rock or something like that. So I like it because it creates some really good, matchups. Like tonight, you got Springdale Har-Ber going to Pulaski Academy. So 0 week kind of makes that happen. It kind of helps that.
That's why I asked, because I completely forgot. Now I know what it is. And you know what? And I've talked to coaches last year, and they said they like having the flexibility. Also, coach told me, I have a week off before they start conference play, kind of get the nicks out and get healed up, where you don't have to go 14 straight weeks like that. So I am a fan of 0 week.
Love it.
Let's go.
So we're rolling, Rick. We are in 0 week, and here we go. And we're going to start out tonight. We got a good game. I think is going to be a good game, Rick, down in Central Arkansas. Springdale Har-Ber, Pulaski Academy. Now, last year, Rick, you were at this game. I was at this game. PA, they put Har-Ber on a tee and kicked them 75 yards down the field. They absolutely dominated them.
You know what? And I was very surprised about that. Everybody knows about Pulaski. They're a private school, big time. They never punt. And like you said, they punted Har-Ber all over the place.
They did.
And this is why you Razorback fans and you college football fans go to these high school games. Because I saw Hunter Henry in that game. I said, oh my goodness. He was, I don't don't know how many, he made every play, 11, 12 catches. He was all over the field. And then also, John David White. I saw the little receiver over there.
Who's now at Arkansas as well as a walk-on.
As a walk-on.
Right.
And so this would be entertaining. What was the score last? 56 to 43 or something?
It was a whole lot to not much, which I'm familiar with that score because I was on the not so much score a lot in high school. So I know all about that, a whole lot to not much. I'm on the not much side.
Well, you know what? There's going to be much. There's going to be a lot in this game. And who have I got?
Well, who are you going to pick? Well, I was going to give you a little tidbit on Har-Ber.
Okay.
So, Rick, we're going to recap Har-Ber from last season.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. It was that.
That
okay?
like
it
that?
was. It started in January, a whole lot of player transfers, including their starting quarterback. Then the PA game. That was tough.
For them.
Then they lose a heartbreaker to Springdale. They had kind of gotten it going. They lose a heartbreaker to Springdale in the closing seconds of the game. Then they had to forfeit games for playing an ineligible player. Everything that could have gone wrong for Har-Ber last year went wrong. Now, how do you get rid of that? Well, here's the way I was taught. You turn around, you spit that stuff out.
Yep.
It's in the past. You don't even have the rearview mirror. You tear that off the windshield. You don't even want to look at the rearview mirror.
So it's not going to be anything like that
We're
this
moving
year.
past it.
Okay.
We're not even thinking about that anymore. So let's talk about what Har-Ber's going to have. Well, they got Blaze Wishing back at quarterback. He nicked up a little bit last year. I think he's going to have a big year. You know why he's going to have a big year?
Got great receivers.
He's got great receivers, and I think his offensive line. Now, last year, Rick, Don Strubing's son, Jack Strubing, was the first ever freshman to make the all-conference team in the 7A West. We know what that bloodline is, the Strubing bloodline. He's a sophomore this year. So, a year under his belt. You know, last year he's trying to drink water out of a fire hose.
You can't do that.
This year, a year older, year stronger, year bigger, he'll anchor that offensive line. The offensive line at Har-Ber will be much better this year. That gives Wishing time to throw. Then you look on the outside or wherever they choose to line up Micah Seawood and Hunter Wood, who is the son of Chris Wood, the coach. Those two kids can play with anybody, and they'd be the two best players in the conference if it weren't for Connor Flanagan and Bo Stuckey in Fayetteville. And I'm still saying they're right on par with them.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
So you got them, and then you got, for the full season, Jay Burns in the backfield as their running back. I think Har-Ber is going to be the most improved team in the state this year. That's what I'm saying.
Now, I'm not a big 7-on-7 guy, but I was very impressed with Har-Ber in that Shiloh term.
Absolutely.
Did they not win it?
They won it. They did win it.
So you're saying even though now we go to the pretty little boys out there catching it with the little, almost like flag football.
You and I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know
nothing about that, yes.
But they can transform that into rock'em, sock'em, hit them in the mouth football.
I'm saying
so
they
you're
can.
saying that.
I'm saying Micah Seawood, if you throw the ball anywhere in the zip code, he can come down with it. Anywhere in the zip code, he can come down with it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'm saying they got the weapons. Now, Rick, they go down to PA today. That's not going to be easy.
No.
Okay? Now, tell me what you think.
Everything it sounds good and everything, but they got to show it on the field. The 7-on-7 stuff, everything lines up. But I've seen Pulaski Academy. They got a long tradition of winning. They skunked them last year. It may be a closer game, and I'm giving the home advantage. I'm going to go with Pulaski Academy Bruins.
You heard it there. So PA over Har-Ber tonight in the season opener. Now we go to Friday, Rick.
Speaking of 0 week, I may be 0 for 1.
You could be.
That one.
You could
All
be.
right, what else we got?
Right, so now you and I go Friday.
What we got?
We got the game of the week. Now this is something new for us this year. So Rick and I will be at the game of the week every Friday night. Mm-hmm. We will have a live show, short. It'll just be, well, you and I, nothing's ever real short, but it'll just be 5 minutes or so. We'll talk about the game live on YouTube Live, so you want to make sure you catch that. We'll talk about that game, and we'll mention the other games going on in the area that night. So that's a new feature for us.
Like a little pregame?
Absolutely. It's game day, only like in a real condensed.
Oh, okay.
sense.
We get a pregame meal out?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
You want to wear the mascot head like Corso.
Corso.
Yes.
I can't wear that Mickey Mouse
Some would say that would be an improvement. But anyway.
I'd probably agree with them.
So we have game of the week this week, Owasso, and you know who their coach is.
Bill Blankenship.
Bill Blankenship.
Who won the state championship only year at Fayetteville.
That's correct. He brings in, Rick, they're good. They're really, really good. He brings him in to play Bentonville West tonight over in Friday night over in Centerton. So that's our game of the week. Should be a good one. Owasso definitely in the mix for a state championship over at Oklahoma. Bentonville West lost some good players, but you know what? Their quarterback, Dalton,
He got a lot of experience.
he did last year. So, Rick, how you see that one shaping up?
You know, what you love about this, I'm in this state. I want to go with this state and see how we match up. So I've always liked Northwest Arkansas football. I think it's pretty good. But, man, them Tulsa area teams are good, too. And I'm going to go with Owasso.
Owasso in that one.
Yep.
Then we go to Saturday. Rick, again, we talked about this a little while ago. So Bentonville High School on Saturday will host a doubleheader. At 3 o'clock, Bentonville High, the Tigers, Black and Gold Tigers, they will be taking on Midwest City, Oklahoma. That's at 3 o'clock. Then when that game ends, they get off the field. Then they come in with Tulsa Booker T. Washington against North Little Rock. Rick, I'm telling you, there may be more D1 players on the field at that game than there are in Fayetteville Saturday night. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's going to be a lot of great players there. Now let's go back and talk about Bentonville. Last year, Bentonville.
You was there, right?
I was there.
Yeah.
Last year, Bentonville lost all 3 non-conference games. Okay. This was the first one that they lost. A game that Jody Grant will tell you they should have won this game, but they didn't know how to win it, and they didn't win it. Okay.
Yeah.
So this Bentonville kids, this left a bad taste in their mouth. So this is an opportunity for them. You were talking about spitting it out, so they spit it out. Now they get to come back and get another chance to get Midwest City at 3 o'clock over at Bentonville. It'll be warm, probably, but they're kicking off the same time as the Razorbacks are against Portland State. So, Rick, we're going to talk about Bentonville, Midwest City. Who do you see in that one?
I'm going to go Bentonville. I've always liked Bentonville. They don't always seem to come on and find a way. They win almost every conference. I think they would do Northwest Arkansas proud against a tradition-rich team over there at Midwest City. I'm going to go with the Tigers.
Now, we've talked about Hunter Wood, and we talked about Micah Seawood. We talked a little bit about Bo Flanagan, a little bit about Connor Flanagan, Bo Stuckey. They will play Friday night at home, but we haven't talked about Preston Crawford over at Bentonville.
Yeah, the running game.
He has gained about 15 pounds since last year. I think
Like me.
Well, except down here, we're putting it way up here.
Oh, okay, all right.
So he's put on about 15 good pounds. Yeah. I think he's going to have a big season for Bentonville.
All right.
So that's the games going on. We got games all over the place on Friday. Got some going on Saturday. Got some going on Thursday. This is 0 week. We love it. Get out and catch some high school football this week. Don't forget the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. We will have photo galleries after the games that we'll be at on Friday night and Saturday. We'll have live video. We will have stats. We'll have all that. If it looks like this and they play it and they keep score, we're going to have something about it in the paper. So don't forget all that, and don't forget to check out all our online stories at nwadg.com. Stay with us on Prep Rally every week on Thursday. We'll have a new show for you. So that wraps it up for 0 week of Prep Rally. Rick, I think you did great. Haircut looks beautiful. We'll see you Friday night at Bentonville West. Looking good.
All right, we're good. You want some Oreos?